Hi, my name is Mike Azevedo, and I'm the compiler for the San Jose Christmas Bird Count. There are 4 bird counts in Santa Clara County and far, far more across the country and beyond. Each count is conducted within a count circle, and within each count circle, there are sectors that divide things up even more. Within each sector are party areas. We held the San Jose Christmas Bird Count on Sunday, December 18th, 2022. The first parties were in the field by 4:30 a.m., and it was a frosty morning. Every party has their own start time, so if you don't like 4:30 a.m., don't let it scare you. If you've never done this, some groups don't start until 8 a.m. After the birding is over in years past, we all gather in a central location, eat pizza or something, and fill out our tally sheets, eagle logs, party paperwork, and such, and hold a countdown. I'll describe the process for the countdown later, but suffice it to say, we have been asked by National Audubon not to meet indoors yet because of COVID. Well, it's cold outside. This video is our countdown for this year. San Jose Count Circle is divided into 8 sectors. And the first sector I'd like to talk about is the Agnew sector. Ann Heppenstall is our leader for the Agnew sector with 4 parties in the field. Ann's group of 4 birded the unglamorous but wonderful San Tomas Aquino Creek Trail. They logged 50 Wilson snipe, enjoyed great views of a pair of hooded mergansers, common gallinules, soras, and a variety of ducks on the roller coaster pond of Great America. Spotted sandpipers were along the creek edge. One of their party members had several lifers, and seeing birds that live in your area that you've never seen before or maybe never noticed is a great thing. Erica Flanagan and Christy McKay formed a party that worked Eula Stack Natural Area and Lick Mill Park and the Guadalupe River from Montague to Tasman and other areas. They met on the Guadalupe River Trail just after sunrise as the river was still fogged in and the grass frosty. One of their first sightings was a California thrasher singing on the top of a valley oak inside Eula Stack's bird and butterfly garden. At the edge of Eula Stack's marsh, they saw a pair of red-breasted sapsuckers high up in the eucalyptus. They also found a flock of meadowlarks and white pelicans, which is pretty good for a decommissioned golf course that was replanted as a natural area. Eve Meyer and Patricia Lynch found 2 white-throated sparrows and a merlin at Agnew's Historic Park. They also found a surprise that I'll tell you about later. Gregory Lukert's party counted between Highway 237 and Montague Expressway, together with Mike Beggs. They got a white-fronted goose, white-throated sparrow, golden eagle, merlin, hooded mergansers, Wilson snipe, least sandpiper, along with Hutton's vireo and orange-crowned warbler, which were firsts in the area for Greg. Luis Villablanca is our Santa Clara Sunnyvale sector leader, with many parks and cemeteries. Highlights of his day were a red-breasted sapsucker at Bowers Park, a first for Lewis, and white-throated sparrows are a good find, and Lewis had 2 white-throated sparrows at the Carmelite Monastery, which is a beautiful place to bird that simply cannot be accessed ordinarily. But every year, Lewis is able to get permission to enter the walled-in complex as big as a city block to check out the birds inside. He found a lot of other cool stuff that I'm saving for later. San Jose urban sector is led by Ann Verdi. Now, she stepped down as the leader, but she's still been pretty much organized it this year. It is urban, as it says, but there are several good birding locations in the urban parts of San Jose. It's a large sector that includes both Berryessa locations and the San Jose Municipal Rose Garden, Oak Hill Cemetery, Willow Glen, parts of Guadalupe River, and Overfelt Garden Park, and more. Richard Jeffers covered Willow Glen area, the San Jose Municipal Golf Course, plus several other parks and locales in the downtown area: Marina Green, Watson Park, William Street Park, and Emma Prusch Park. A long day for him. Rich Page covered the upper and lower Penitentiary Creek parks, plus Overfeld Garden Park. Jenna Pauser did a thorough coverage of Oak Hill Cemetery, and Ann Verdi herself, with her grandson Nicholas Verdi and friend Alana Drum, covered Kelly Park. I also want to thank Carter Strain for running the Guadalupe River Park Conservancy Group in Guadalupe River Park. Danny Christensen is our Evergreen sector leader, and she birds all around Lake Cunningham Park and the areas around there. They had some interesting raptor fights. Evergreen did have some rare birds. We'll be talking about those later. Bill Pelletier and Kitty O'Neill lead our Alum Rock area, which is a cool area all around Alum Rock Park. They have areas up at Cherry Flats Dam and various other areas around Alum Rock Park and surrounding locations to find good stuff. They found a number of rare birds that we'll talk about later. East Foothills sector is run by Brooke Miller. It includes Ed Levin County Park, as well as a host of other neighborhood parks and other birding areas. I'm leading the Calaveras Reservoir sector, and we have a lot of really good birders who are separated into 5 different groups, including going up Arroyo Hondo Road, doing the beautiful Wool Ranch, and 3 different groups that are in different sections around the reservoir itself. Kirsten Holmquist leads our largest sector with 10 or more parties. One thing birders know is that water brings in a lot of bird species, and you can find our best birders watching the bay, mudflats, and ponds for good birds. With all those expert birders running around Alviso, you know that they will find some rarities. Cricket and Matthew Daughter birded Sunnyvale, Baylands Park Harvey Marsh, Levee, and Pond A4. They ended up with 91 plus species. They found a slate-colored dark-eyed junco, 3 brown creepers, and a hairy woodpecker, and a colorful female Townsend's warbler. They also found marsh wren, sora, and Virginia rail in Saratoga Creek, and a large number of gulls in Harvey Marsh, including an Iceland gull and glaucous winged gull, as well as peregrine falcon with a couple of other surprises I'll tell you about later in the countdown. Also, they found western and Clark's grebes, lesser scalp, Forster's tern, and Bonaparte's gulls. Steve Rottenborn joined Mike Rogers, and they birded the ponds north of Alviso Marina, finding 11 snowy plovers on Pond A13 and hooded mergansers on A14 and A16. Also, they found a peregrine falcon, redheads, and red-breasted mergansers among the massive duck flocks on ponds A11 and A14. Now it's time to do our countdown. If we were all counting down in person, everyone would have their tally sheets filled out, and I'd begin to read a list of common birds. These birds that are normally seen every year. As each bird species is read, everyone who saw that species would say yes. If we hear only one yes, we know that bird came close to not being seen this year. As I read these birds, I will let you know if they were seen or not. So let the countdown begin. Greater white-fronted goose. Yes. Now, we saved a lot of people a lot of time this year because greater white-fronted goose was a write-up species up until last year. So it's no longer a write-up bird. This is the first year where we consider it a regular, commonly seen bird. We've seen it quite a bit, so it made perfect sense. It was seen by 5 different parties this year, so I think we made the right choice. Canada goose, yes. Wood duck, near miss. There were 2 of them seen in Evergreen and 1 by the Agnew's party 4. But wood duck is actually something that is missed quite a bit. Cinnamon teal, yes. Northern shoveler, yes. Gadwall, yes. American widgeon, yes. Mallard, yes. Northern pintail, yes. Green-winged teal, yes. Canvasback, yes. Redhead, yes. Ring-necked duck, yes. Greater scaup, yes. Lesser scaup, yes. Surf scoter, miss. Surf scoters are actually a really common bird. We've only had 1 other miss in the last 20 years, and that was a couple of years ago. So this is only the 2nd time it's been missed in 20 years. So that was quite a miss. Bufflehead, yes. Common goldeneye, yes. Hooded merganser, yes. Common merganser, yes. Red-breasted merganser, yes. Ruddy duck, yes. California quail, yes. Wild turkey, yes. Ring-necked pheasant, near miss. And it wouldn't have been surprising if we had missed it either. There was 1 seen in Sunnyvale, Baylands, Harvey Marsh area in the Alviso sector by Matthew Daughter. And frankly, we don't see it all that often. Pied-billed grebe, yes. Horned grebe, near miss. One each was seen on pond A11 and pond A14. Eared grebe, yes. Western grebe, yes. Clark's grebe, yes. Rock pigeon, yes. Band-tailed pigeon, yes. Eurasian collared dove, yes. Mourning dove, yes. White-throated swift, yes. Anna's hummingbird, yes. Virginia rail, yes. Sora, yes. Common gallinule, yes. American coot, yes. Black-necked stilt, yes. American avocet, yes. Black-bellied plover, yes. Killdeer, yes. Semi-palmated plover, yes. Snowy plover, yes. Whimbrel, miss. Whimbrel has been missed about 8 times in the last 20 years. So they are a bird that, despite the fact they're a common bird, they do get missed fairly often. Long-billed curlew, yes. Marbled godwit, yes. Sanderling, miss. Sanderling is another one that it's not a great one to miss because we've actually seen it. We've only missed it one other time in the last 20 years also. So Sanderling is actually a sad one to miss. Dunlin, yes. Lee's sandpiper, yes. Western sandpiper, yes. Short-billed dowitcher, miss. And short-billed dowitcher has been missed before. I know I've heard it called missed several times just in the last few years. Long-billed dowitcher, yes. Wilson's snipe, yes. Spotted sandpiper, yes. Willet, yes. Greater yellowlegs, yes. Bonaparte's gull, yes. Short-billed gull, yes. Ring-billed gull, yes. Western gull, yes. California gull, yes. Herring gull, yes. Iceland gull, yes. Glaucous wing gull, yes. Forster's tern, yes. Double-crested cormorant, yes. American white pelican, yes. Brown pelican, near miss. There were 6 brown pelicans on pond A11, seen by Mike Rogers in the Alviso sector. And brown pelicans, frankly, are missed a lot. So this was a really good find. American bittern, miss. And American bittern is actually missed a lot. So that's not one that is unexpected as a miss. Great blue heron, yes. Great egret, yes. Snowy egret, yes. Green heron, yes. Black-crowned night heron, yes. Turkey vulture, yes. Osprey, miss. Osprey is actually missed quite a bit. It's not a surprising miss. White-tailed kite, yes. Golden eagle, yes. Northern harrier, yes. Sharp-shinned hawk, yes. Cooper's hawk, yes. Bald eagle, yes. Red-shouldered hawk, yes. Red-tailed hawk, yes. Barn owl, yes. Western screech owl, near miss. Western screech owl is actually a bird we have to really look for. We have to do owling. Sometimes we miss it when we are not owling at all, despite the fact that there are a lot of Western screech owls out there. This year, that's probably the case, although I think there were 2 owling parties at least, but I found the only Western screech owl over at Calaveras Reservoir along Calaveras Road. So it was a near miss, which is actually kind of sad. Great horned owl, yes. Northern pygmy owl, miss. And just like western screech owl can be easily can be missed if we're not looking for it, northern pygmy owl, it takes even more effort to find it. So it's not it's another one that is easily missed if we're not looking for it. And frankly, sometimes when we are looking for it really hard, we can still miss it. Burrowing owl, miss. The burrowing owl hurts. It actually hasn't. It's been missed the last couple of years, um, and the thing is that it is really disappearing. In the Christmas bird count, we've seen them every year since 1950, up until a couple of years ago, when and the numbers have been plummeting. Really, the number we saw is just not like the numbers we used to see. But it is getting rarer and rarer, and sooner or later we're going to start seeing it. It's going to be really rare when we do see them, which is really sad. Uh, Short-eared owl, near miss. One was seen by pond A15 and A16, so that's two of them by Mike Rogers in the Alviso sector. Belted kingfisher, yes. Acorn woodpecker, yes. Red-breasted sapsucker, yes. Downy woodpecker, yes. Nuttall's woodpecker, yes. Hairy woodpecker, yes. Northern flicker, yes. American kestrel, yes. Merlin, yes. Peregrine falcon, yes. Prairie falcon, miss. Prairie falcon is a bad miss because this is the third time we've missed it in the last 20 years. So that's really sad. Black phoebe, yes. Say's phoebe, yes. Hutton's vireo, yes. Loggerhead shrike, yes. Steller's jay, yes. California scrub jay, yes. Yellow-billed magpie, yes. American crow, yes. Common raven, yes. Chestnut-backed chickadee, yes. Oak titmouse, yes. Horned lark, near miss. This is frequently missed. David Holman saw 3 of them at Alum Rock, and that was it for this year. Bush tit, yes. Wren tit, yes. Ruby crowned kinglet, yes. Golden crowned kinglet, near miss. This is actually frequently missed. 5 were seen at Evergreen. Cedar waxwing, yes. Red-breasted nuthatch, yes. White-breasted nuthatch, yes. Brown creeper, yes. Rock wren, yes. This is actually missed frequently, but seen at Calaveras North and East and Calaveras' Wool Ranch and on the north side of Alum Rock. Canyon wren, miss, and it is a frequent miss. Bewick's wren, yes. House wren, near miss. One was seen at Calaveras' Arroyo Hondo. Pacific wren, miss. And Pacific wren is not seen very often at all, so it's not a surprising miss. Marsh wren, yes. California thrasher, yes. Northern mockingbird, yes. European starling, yes. American dipper, miss. This is actually a very common miss, unfortunately, certainly lately. Western bluebird, yes. Hermit thrush, yes. American robin, yes. Varied thrush, miss. This one's not that surprising a miss, but it is missed now and then, but it is seen a lot too. House sparrow, yes. American pipit, yes. House finch, yes. Purple finch, yes. Pine siskin, miss. That's not that uncommon a miss, so it's not that surprising. Lesser goldfinch, yes. American goldfinch, Yes. Lark sparrow, miss. Lark sparrow is again, it's a sad miss, but it's not. It's been missed before. Fox sparrow, yes. Dark-eyed junco, yes. White-crowned sparrow, yes. Golden-crowned sparrow, yes. White-throated sparrow, yes. Savannah sparrow, yes. Song sparrow, yes. Lincoln sparrow, yes. California towhee, yes. Rufous-crowned sparrow, yes. Spotted towhee, yes. Western meadowlark, yes. Red-winged blackbird, yes. Tricolored blackbird, miss. Unfortunately, tricolored blackbirds are they're having trouble, and they are often seen, but they've been missed also. Brown-headed cowbird, yes. Brewer's blackbird, yes. Great-tailed grackle, yes. Orange-crowned warbler, yes. Common yellowthroat, yes. Yellow-rumped warbler, yes. Townsend's warbler, yes. Now that we've read all of the birds that are seen every year, now it's time to do the rare birds countdown. So these birds are birds that are in bold on our paperwork so that everybody knows that you have to do a write-up if you see them, or they may not be on our paperwork at all. And so each write-up is then shown to a rare bird committee made up of some of our best birders, and they go through and decide if the bird that you say that you saw is actually the bird you saw. So we'll start with snow goose, and it was seen, yes. One was seen by the Ag News Party 5, and 4 were seen in Alviso. Cackling goose, yes. 31 were seen in the Evergreen sector and 1 in Alviso. Blue-winged teal, yes. 1 was seen in Alviso. Eurasian widgeon, yes. 1 was seen in Calaveras South, and others were seen in Alviso, good numbers on pond A14 by Mike Rogers. Yellow-bellied sapsucker. This is cool. There was 1 seen in Santa Clara Sunnyvale sector by Sally Teeple's party, and they were sad because they had gotten a rather inconclusive photo that they thought might have been a red-naped sapsucker, and the photo actually demonstrated to the rare bird committee that it wasn't a red-naped sapsucker, but they were able to determine that it was a yellow-bellied sapsucker, which is also a write-up bird. So it is. They didn't see this rare bird; they saw that rare bird. So I think that's pretty cool myself. Tree swallow. Now, tree swallow is it's a bird that is becoming more and more common since 1997, when we started the cavity nester recovery program for Santa Clara Audubon. That year, we started getting more and more tree swallows. The same is true of violet green swallows. So those are actually becoming common to the point where I actually did ask if we could make them no longer a write-up species. They are still a write-up species, but I was able to get swallow species. In other words, I think it's swallow, but I don't know which one. We were able to get those, made it so they are no longer a write-up, but tree swallow and violet green swallow are still write-up birds, and they are seen fairly regularly on the Christmas bird counts and haven't been really missed very much. And so we saw both tree swallow and violet green swallow, as well as barn swallow this year, along with northern rough-winged swallow this year seen in Alviso. Swamp sparrow was seen by Matthew Daughter and another by Steve Rottenborn, both in Alviso sector. And then here are some birds that aren't even on our list, but are that they're seen, but they've been seen before. Phainopepla. One was seen in Calaveras Reservoir South and another in Calaveras Reservoir North by two different parties. This photo is not from All About Birds. This was actually taken on the Christmas bird count by one of the Calaveras teams. Common loon was seen on Calaveras Reservoir North. This photo was actually taken by one of the team members of Calaveras North crew, Ben Dubik. Ag News 5 saw a Hammond's flycatcher, Gregory Lukert and his crew. Ag News party, Eve Meyer and Patricia Lynch saw a painted redstart at Ag News Historic Park. Summer tanagers were actually seen in two different areas. They're a rare bird, but they were seen in two places. Santa Clara Sunnyvale was seen at the Carmelite Monastery. Another was seen at Alum Rock sector. Townsend Solitaire was seen at Alum Rock sector. And this is their picture from Alum Rock of the Townsend Solitaire. Scaly-breasted Munia was seen also at Alum Rock sector. This photo was taken by Chris Johnson of the Scaly-breasted Munia. Tropical kingbird was seen at Evergreen sector, and this is actually the photo that was taken. Black turnstone was seen at pond A5, 7, and 8. These are the photos that were taken. Lesser blackback gull was seen at pond A12 in the Alviso sector. And that's it. So thank you very much for joining me for the Audubon Christmas Bird Countdown dinner for San Jose Count. And hopefully, if you have never been on a count before and you'd like to do it next year, please try and let me know in late November that you're interested in taking part, and we'll find a good sector for you. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you out in the field birding. Remember that Santa Clara Audubon also has field trips all year, so if the Christmas bird count sounds like a fun thing for you to do, you can go ahead and start attending the field trips that they have and get used to the idea of birding, and hopefully you'll be ready for the next year's San Jose Christmas bird count. Also remember that there are other bird counts all around Santa Clara County and around in the Bay Area. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next year.